Somewhere else, someone is performing a black magic ritual. Or the knocking continues. Just then, she sees multiple demonic hands crawling out and then quickly retreating, drags her away and disappears. The door opens on its own and a growl echoes through the room. Linda looks toward the door and sees several demonic hands reaching out at her. She screams and the scene cuts. Oh, there's someone else. She vomits blood and a centipede crawls out of it. See Linda lying in the graveyard. The villagers surround Linda, shouting insults at her. Linda laughs hysterically. Ira arrives and shields her mother, but the villagers and she begins levitating in the air. On the ceiling, she sees the same haunting demonic hands crawling toward her. Terrified, but Ira finds her frozen, gasping, and then Linda begins the funeral prayer. Linda begins breathing again. She abruptly wakes up and looks at her for a ghost. The villagers panic and run, and her blood falls, crawling with insects. Watching a stat does not respond. Instead, she begins scratching and peeling the skin from her hand, terrifying him. Linda then turns slowly, her eyes milky white, and utters that she is calm. Only smiles, turns back, and slides down in the chair. A drawer suddenly opens, and Linda appears beside him. Ari jolts hand inside herself, pulls out a thick clump of blood that resembles an underdeveloped fetus, and flushes it away, playing with the doll, which suddenly transforms into a demonic version. Frightened, Adelia tries to escape, but the room is locked. At that moment, the doll's head separates from its body, as if it were a real human. Ari arrives. The cupboard opens on its own, and the doll appears haunted, but only to down. Adelia calls out from behind. When he looks under the bed again, he sees a ghost, as if a person is inside it. The figure sits up, looks at Ira, then lies down and vanishes, leaving only the bed wooden partition. Ara approaches her, and Linda stops, looking as if she's about to vomit. Suddenly, she pulls a fetus out of her mouth and shows it to Ara. The fetus cries, and Ara jolts away. Linda slowly turns, looking demonic. She smiles and begins floating toward him, levitating as the lights flicker, and then suddenly disappears. He hears her voice and heavy breathing behind him, and she suddenly appears in front of him, haunting him. Turns back on. She sees Linda on the screen, and then the TV suddenly shuts off. The chandelier begins to swing on its own, and a hand grabs Ira, only to vanish. We see Linda sitting in a rocking chair with a baby, humming. Ara wakes up in fear, but Linda vanishes. Suddenly, Linda appears right in front of her but disappears in a demonic form. She crawls toward him and starts scratching him. Hearing the next day, when Ira cracks the egg, black liquid pours out. Ceremony. As everyone leaves, Linda tells a terrified, enters the eye itself. On the screen direction, and Ira looks to see only Adelia's hand in her grasp. There is no body. Panicked, she throws the hand away. Meanwhile, Ari struggles to find the cursed cloth, while File desperately tries to enter the house. Inside, Ira sees Adelia approaching a door. Adelia says, "Grandma is evil and she asked me to do this." Suddenly, she hits her head on a glass form. Linda laughs from the corner of the ceiling. She crawls down and moves toward Adelia. Adelia breaks the glass, but Linda reaches her, grabbing her by the head. Linda's neck stretches unnaturally up to the ceiling. Ira watches in horror. In a demonic voice, Linda says, "Do you know, Ira? A promise must be kept." Ira asks, "What promise?" Linda replies, "The promise for me to take your mother's soul." People rarely honor their promises. Ira realizes that the curse was meant to kill her mother. Linda continues, "The promise was not honored. In exchange, I will take all the lives of your family. It started with your sister, and the next one is little Adelia." She laughs maniacally. Just then, File manages to enter the house, but Linda uses her powers to throw him into a wall. As she prepares to smash Adelia's face onto the broken glass, Ari finally manages to find the cursed cloth and burns it. Linda's body immediately starts burning. Her powers vanish, and Ira frees herself, rushing to hug Adelia. The scene ends with Linda's charred body lying beside them. The demon is finally defeated. Ira and Adelia come out to join Ari. Just as Ira says, it's all over, the ground erupts with multiple demonic hands. They shoot up violently, seizing Airy and dragging him down into the earth. Adelia and Ira watch in terror as the hands slowly pull him beneath